Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is the unboxing of the new Redmi 6 Pro. Now this happens to be the cheapest phone from Xiaomi that you can get with a display notch, next one being Poco F1 at least as of now. Now besides that, this is also the cheapest phone in the Indian market to come with a display notch with Full HD Plus resolution. So let's unbox it and see what this phone has to offer and how it fares against the competition like Redmi Y2, Honor 9N and other phones. Now let's get started. So guys, this is the box of the new Redmi 6 Pro. At the bottom it says Redmi 6 Pro by Xiaomi. At the center we have the quick preview of how the phone looks. It's available in 4 different colors: black, red, gold and blue. It is sold online exclusively on Amazon.in and Mi.com, and on Amazon you can only buy the gold color and the black color variants. If you want the premium or the cool looking blue or red, you have to buy it on the Mi.com. Now with that said, let's have a quick look at the box. Now on the sides it has the phone's name once again, that's the Redmi 6 Pro. At the bottom we have a sticker from Flipkart, and at the top we have some shipping information, and at the bottom we have some highlighting features like the dual camera setup, a notch design display, processor, a made in India sticker, IMEI numbers, color variants and storage information. This is the black color with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. Now without any further ado, let's just get on with the unboxing. Xiaomi has launched this phone in two variants. Base variant is priced at 11,000 rupees for 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. And the next variant is priced at 13,000 rupees for 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Now if you want my suggestion, just go with the base variant. It also comes with a dedicated SD card slot, so you don't have to worry about storage, and 3GB of RAM should be sufficient for a smooth usage for a couple of years. So guys, at the top we have the phone itself. Let me just put that aside for now. Next we have a cardboard package, and inside that we have probably a SIM card ejector. So inside the box we have some documentation and a soft silicone pouch. Let me just show you what it is or how it looks like. So it too has this black tinted silicone case that we have received with phones like Redmi Note 5, Note 5 Pro and Redmi Y2. Now I really appreciate companies that offer us a free silicone case inside the box, but I really appreciate them more if they could offer that in this black color. I'll show you how the phone looks with the case on in a minute. Let me just come back to it later. Next we have the regular 10 watts power adapter. No fast charger inside the box. Next we have the regular micro USB charging cable, and finally the SIM card ejector. Now let me just put everything aside and come back to the phone. So here's the phone, and once again on the front they're bragging about 3 different things. That's the huge battery, display and the dual camera setup. Let me just peel that off. Now on the back we have the IMEI numbers, a warning sign and a quick look at the SIM card tray. Let me just peel that off as well. And we have another sticker over here. Let me just remove that as well. Now this is how the phone looks with the case on. It has all the cutouts for all the ports. It even has a raised lip for the fingerprint scanner and the camera module. So now the fingerprint scanner is much more easily traceable, and even the camera module is very well protected. Now unlike other cases that we get free inside the box, this particular case doesn't have a raised lip on the front. So if you place your phone directly on its face, you'll end up with scratches for sure. By the way, there is no screen guard or a tempered glass pre-applied, and this phone probably doesn't come with Corning Gorilla Glass, so it's better to order a good tempered glass or a screen guard for this as soon as possible. Now let me just remove that. Now let's have a quick physical overview and then check out the specs. Now on the back we have a very familiar design which we have been seeing with phones like Redmi Note 5 Pro, Mi A2, even the Redmi Y2, and the build is also very similar to Redmi Note 5 Pro. You have a metal back with 2 plastic strips at the top and bottom, but surprisingly camera bump isn't all that big. Now just like the previous Redmi phones, even this phone comes with a nice metal matte finish with some anti-fingerprint coating. Now at the top it has a dual camera setup with a 12 megapixel primary camera with Sony IMX486 sensor with f2.2 aperture, followed by a single LED flash and a 5 megapixel secondary camera from Samsung for depth sensing. Following that is a fingerprint scanner and MI branding at the bottom. Now on the front it is a 5.84-inch display with Full HD Plus resolution in the new 19:9 aspect ratio with 432 ppi and 500 nits of brightness. It also comes with a notch design just like the Poco F1, but with a much smaller notch. Now inside the notch we have the 5 megapixel front facing camera, earpiece and some sensors. Now at the top it has a 3.5mm audio jack with a secondary microphone for noise cancellation and an IR blaster. At the bottom it has 2 speaker grills just for symmetry. One probably has the mic and another one has the speaker, and at the center it has the micro USB charging port. Now on the right side it has the power and volume buttons made of plastic, and they are slightly hard to press. Now finally on the left side it has a SIM card tray that houses 2 nano SIM slots along with a dedicated SD card slot. Now coming to the rest of the specifications, this phone sports a Snapdragon 625 processor with Adreno 506 GPU with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. There is another variant with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage priced at 13,000 rupees as well. It is running a custom skin version of Android called MIUI 9.6 based on Android 8.0 Oreo, and it will get MIUI 10 pretty soon. Now powering all this is a 4000 mAh battery, which also seems to be a highlighting feature of this phone. Now because of the bigger battery and smaller screen size, phone feels slightly thick at 8.75 mm and weighs 178 grams. Now those were all the specifications. Now let's turn on the phone and see what we get right out of the box. By the way guys, bezels on this phone are pretty huge. It's kinda manageable at the top because of the notch, but at the bottom, as you can see, it is pretty big, just like the Redmi Note 5 and the Note 5 Pro, and it's nowhere comparable with phones from Vivo or Oppo or even the Realme 2 at just 8,000 rupees. Now for some reason it's taking too long over here. Now just from some initial impressions, build looks pretty okay. It's not super fancy, but it's better than Redmi 6 that we have unboxed yesterday. And haptic feedback while setting up Fingerprint Scanner wasn't all that good. It's okay and manageable, but it doesn't feel all that good. Now this is our default launcher or the default home screen that we get right out of the box. On the left side we have this assistant kind of a thing which simply shows the notifications. Now let me just tweak a little settings and show you the recent apps page to show you the free RAM that we get right out of the box. Now you need to enable this particular toggle to display the memory status in the recent apps page. So let's go to the recent apps page. Let me clear all the applications. So guys, out of that 3GB of RAM, we get about 1.6GB of free RAM right out of the box. Now coming to storage, you get about 22.5GB of free space for your user apps and user data. Now this is the about page, and this phone is running MIUI version 9.6 right out of the box based on Android version 8.1, that's Oreo. So here we go. As of now, this phone even has July security patch. Now let me just turn on the Wi-Fi and see what. Now for some reason this back button is not working at all, so let me just restart the phone and hopefully it will be fixed. By the way guys, on most of the Android phones, if you ever come across any software bug, restarting the phone usually fixes that. Okay, now the back button is working without any problems. Now let me just turn on the Wi-Fi and see if we got any new update. So guys, this phone has already got a new update for camera improvements and a new security patch. So let me just update that and come back to you in a few minutes. So guys, I've updated the phone and the phone is still running MIUI version 9.6.4 based on 8.1 and still has July security patch. So I was expecting it to get a security patch, but even this is pretty fine. Now this is the default launcher or the default home interface. I've just changed the wallpaper. By the way, links to the wallpapers are in the description, just so you know. Now these are all the apps that come pre-installed, and out of them, these are some of the bloatware that you might never use. So if you're not going to use them, simply uninstall them. Otherwise they'll be just taking up space and will be slowing down your phone. Next we have these other applications as well. Once again, remove them if you don't use them. Now this is the camera interface for the rear camera, and it looks exactly like Redmi Note 5 Pro, Redmi 6 that we've unboxed yesterday. And this is the interface for video recording, and this phone also offers electronic image stabilization. For that you need to enable this particular toggle, and it can record video at a maximum of 1080p, and that's the maximum resolution. With third-party camera applications like Google Camera, you might be able to use 4K as well, but it won't come with electronic image stabilization. Now this is the interface for the front-facing camera, and just from looking at it, I can say it's not a wide-angle camera. Now the camera interface used on this phone seems to be an older version, because if you want to take a portrait selfie, you have a toggle over here. Normally on other phones and even in Redmi 6, you can simply swipe left to take portrait selfie. Now that's a little change I noticed from this phone to Redmi 6. Now I've already taken some sample pictures after updating the operating system. Now these are some sample pictures taken using the front and rear cameras after the latest update. By the way guys, in comparison, cameras on Redmi Y2 are definitely better than cameras on this phone. So if you're looking for a camera-centric phone around 10 to 11,000 rupees, Redmi Y2 is still a better choice. It's cheaper and you get better cameras, and the only thing lacking would be the display notch and the battery size. Now let's check the fingerprint scanner. I've already set it up, so let's see how good it is. Fingerprint scanner is fast, not super fast, definitely not as fast as Redmi Note 5 Pro probably. It is fast and usable. By the way, whenever your phone recognizes your fingerprint, it simply unlocks the phone. There is no haptic feedback or anything like that. But if you use a wrong fingerprint or a fingerprint that's not registered with your phone, you'll slightly get a feedback saying it's not the right one. That's a nice little feature. Now let me set up face unlock on this phone and then see how it works. Just give me a second. Now let's test face unlock. This is in good lighting conditions. There are two huge lights on either side and face unlock is working very well. It takes like half a second, but it's pretty good. It's pretty fast, not the fastest, but it's pretty usable. Now I've turned off everything in the room and let's see how it works. So that's the lock screen and it still unlocks. It takes like a second or two, but it is still able to unlock the phone even in pitch darkness. So that's pretty great. Now let's test the speaker loudness. By the way guys, we have the pinch to zoom gesture right out of the box. Now let's see the audio. Now this phone has the speaker under the right grill and it's pretty loud. So guys, speaker on this phone is definitely pretty great. It is sufficiently loud for media consumption and definitely more than sufficient for ringtones and alarms. In terms of speaker loudness, you really don't have to worry about it. But as expected, it comes with a single speaker under the right grill. Now the notch on this phone is definitely the highlighting features of this phone. But for some reason, if you don't like it and if you want to hide it, here's what you need to do. Go to settings and then select full screen display. From here, enable this toggle. Once you do that, you'll see a black tint or a black background for the status bar. And now the notch is pretty much hidden. Now I personally don't have anything against a notch, so I'll just leave it there. Now this phone also comes with iPhone X like gestures, and if you want to enable that, go to full screen display and select this option. Now you can swipe from the bottom to go home, swipe and hold for recent tabs, and then swipe from the left or right side to go back. You also get this cool animation, which probably no other phone offers. Even these gestures are pretty cool and everything feels pretty responsive. So guys, this is Redmi 6 Pro. Now apart from this notch design, there really isn't anything fancy going on with this phone. Now there are some good things like it comes with a Snapdragon 625 processor, it's just priced at 11,000 rupees, it has a Full HD Plus display, bigger battery, and it kind of looks thick, but it's okay, it doesn't feel all that heavy either. But coming to the cons, it's definitely disappointing when it comes to cameras, especially when we compare it with the Redmi Y2, which is just priced at 10,000 rupees. Now besides that, we have a much better alternative, that's the Realme 1, which comes with this flashy design, 4GB of RAM, 64GB of storage with better cameras and a lot of performance. So if you're looking for more performance, you can go with this phone. And if you really want the notch design with better cameras, you can go with Honor 9N. So considering all that, this, in my opinion at least, is definitely not the best phone for the price. Well, in comparison, it is definitely better than Redmi Note 5 because of the notch design and the smaller form factor. But when we compare the competition, it's definitely nowhere near. So guys, what do you think about this phone? Will you buy this over other phones like Asus M1, Realme 1 and other alternatives? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It really helps the channel, and if you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with hashtag #GreedyTech on Twitter and we'll try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.